Question 1 of this exercise is actually a very simple question on definitions of various aspects, various parts of a circle. We are given these 6 statements and we have to complete them. For example, the first statement says the center of a circle lies in dash of the circle, and we have to pick one of these two options, exterior or interior. So I've drawn this figure of a circle for you with various parts and various aspects highlighted. So let's use this figure to fill up all these statements. So center of a circle, this point O here for this circle, obviously lies inside the circle, so it lies in the interior of the circle. So that's statement 1. Then in statement 2 it says a point whose distance from the center of a circle is greater than its radius lies in dash of the circle. So think about this point A and think about the distance of this point from the center of the circle. So if we draw this distance, if we draw the segment OA, we can see that OA, this distance will be greater than the radius of the circle. So the radius you can think of as OY or OX. So OA will be greater than OY. So any point whose distance from the center is greater than the radius will lie outside the circle, just like this point A. So in statement 2, we will have this blank filled by exterior of the circle. Okay, in statement 3, it says the longest chord of a circle is a dash of the circle. So there are infinitely many chords which we can draw in a circle, but the longest possible chords that we can draw pass through the center of the circle, like this chord XY that you see here, which is actually a diameter of the circle. So any chord which passes through the circle's center is a diameter of a circle, and it's the longest possible chord. So any diameter is the longest possible chord. We can't have a chord that is longer than any diameter. So in statement 3, we will fill this with diameter. By the way, one interesting thing to note is that if you read this statement, it says the longest chord of a circle is a diameter. So which basically means we have not used the word the here, because there is not just one possible diameter. In a circle, we can have infinitely many diameters that we can draw. Okay. In the fourth statement, it says an arc is a dash when its ends are the ends of a diameter. So if you look at this figure here, I've highlighted this arc here whose endpoints are X and Y, and X and Y are the endpoints of a diameter. So whenever you have such an arc whose endpoints are the endpoints of a diameter, such an arc is a semicircle because it covers half of the circumference. So in part 4, we will write semicircle. So any such arc is a semicircle. In part 5, the statement says a segment of a circle is the region between an arc and what of the circle. So just observe this chord that I have drawn here, this chord, and the area between this chord and any of the major or minor arcs. So let's take this area. This is a segment of the circle. So a segment is a region between an arc, so this arc here, for example, and a chord. So here we will write and a chord of the circle. So that's part 5. Finally, in part 6, it says a circle divides the plane on which it lies in dash parts. In how many parts? So basically it divides the plane into 3 parts. So there is the interior of the circle, there is the circle itself, so any point on the circle lies in this part, and then there is the exterior. So there are 3 parts in which the circle divides the plane. So any point would lie in one of these 3 parts. It would either lie in the interior, it would lie on the circle, or it would lie in the exterior. So that's statement 6. So let's write 3 here, and that completes statement 6. And with this, we have completed all the 6 statements of question 1.
To learn more about how Cuemath can help you crack school and board exams, explore Cuemath Leap, a live online classroom program run by highly experienced and committed teachers.